So this is a Redmi Note 13. It costs about $170 for the 6 gigs RAM or $190 for the 8 gigs RAM. Now both versions comes with 128 gig of internal storage space. You can get it in different colors like mine here, that is the midnight black, or even mint green or ice blue or ocean sunset. I don't know who comes up with the names of these colors. But the real question is, how much of an upgrade is it when compared to the Redmi Note 12 of last year? Or if you have the Redmi Note 12, should you upgrade to the Redmi Note 13? Well, if you want to find out, let's go. Now, thankfully, Xiaomi is still among the few smartphone manufacturers that actually gives you all the accessories you need in the box. You get a 33 watts charging adapter, a USB Type-C charging cable, a SIM ejector tool, and a colored protective case. Now, when it comes to the design, we find the very first difference from the previous versions. There is no more camera bump. It's just a triple camera setup on the rear of the phone. And speaking about the rear, it is made of plastic, but has a glossy finishing. So it's a fingerprint and dust magnet Pro Max. But the contrast, the side, even though it's made of plastic, has a matte finishing. But either ways, the truth remains that you cannot use this phone without a case on it. Now for the cutouts in and around the phone, you notice that the SIM card tray is now at the bottom. It's a hybrid tray that allows either 2 SIM cards or a SIM card and a memory card. The memory slot supports up to 1 terabyte. Then also we have one of the dual stereo speakers that produces very good audio quality, a USB-C charging port, one of the microphone ports. Now at the top of the phone, you get the 3.5mm headphone jack, the second stereo speakers, the Arrow blaster that you can use to control all of your electronics in the house, and of course the second microphone port. On the right side of the phone, you will find the volume buttons and the lock key that doesn't have a fingerprint sensor, because unlike the Redmi Note 12 of last year, Xiaomi decides to take the fingerprint sensor from the side to the display. So which means we have an in-display fingerprint scanner, which if you've been following my videos, for me, it's my favorite or preferred option. Now switching to the display, it's a 6.67 inches AMOLED display that has a 120 Hz refresh rate, a 1080 by 24 pixel resolution, and a whopping 1800 nits of peak brightness. That means whether you're watching videos in social media or YouTube, or you're playing your favorite games on this phone, the fact that it's going to feel really fluid and smooth. The colors will be sharp and the blacks will be very deep. The refresh rate is adaptive, but you only get to choose between 60 and 120 Hz. I wish there is a 90 Hz option like we have in other phones, but then 60 or 120 is still okay. And then also you get an always on display, and trust me, the Redmi Note 13 comes with a really nice array of always on display animations. And then also, if you're like me that doesn't fancy screen protectors on phones, well, you have nothing to worry about because it comes with a Corning Gorilla Glass 3 protection from scratches and dents. So in the display department, the only upgrade we are getting is an increase in peak brightness from 1200 nits to 1800 nits. Yeah, I know it's small, but at least there is an upgrade. Unlike performance, where just like the Redmi Note 12 of last year, we are still stuck with the same Snapdragon 685 processor. It's a 6nm octa-core processor and is supported by the Adreno 610 GPU. Now that, added to the 6 or 8 gigs RAM, depending on the one you decide to get, means you can play all of your high graphics games and titles smoothly at medium graphics and high frame rate for hours without experiencing any frame drops or overheating of your phone. So really, even though we're at 2024, we're expecting a better processor, but when you consider the price point of this phone, this is like the best processor you can get. And then also, if during your gameplay you ever run out of battery, well, you have a 33 watts fast charger in the box that can take this phone from 0 to 100% in a little over 1 hour 15 minutes. This is the same with the Redmi Note 12, so in the battery and charging department, there is no upgrade. Now out of the box, the Redmi Note 13 comes with the Android 13, supported by MIUI 14. Now will you be getting Android 14 on this device? Certainly. So there is at least 1 year of software support. at least. Now, other good stuff you'll be getting when you buy the Redmi Note 13 is a super fast and secure AI face unlock, an IP54 water and dust rating, which is an improvement considering the fact that the Redmi Note 12 was an IP53 water and dust rating. And then, of course, you have a UFS 2.2 storage system for very fast data transfer. Now, another aspect where you will see one of the biggest upgrades when you compare the Redmi Note 13 and the Redmi Note 12 of last year is in the cameras. Instead of the 50 megapixel main cameras, we now have a triple camera setup that includes a 108 megapixel main camera, an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 2 megapixel macro camera. Now, the pictures taken by the main camera looks very decent and sharp. The colors pop and it handles dynamic range pretty well. Even in portrait mode, the pictures came out really well. Now, by default, the blur slider is set to f-stop 2.0. So to avoid getting overly blurred out pictures like the one on the left, make sure you adjust it to maybe f-stop 5.0 so that you can be able to get something decent like the one on the right. Okay, so this is the back camera test of the Redmi Note 13. It's actually a 108 megapixel camera, and sadly we can shoot only at 1080p 30 fps. I really wish we could shoot at 2K because the camera is definitely capable of doing that, but 1080p, that is what we get. What do you think about the video quality? For the audio quality, I know it's very good because I've listened to the audio of the front-facing camera, but how does it handle dynamic range? I can't really see anything right now, but just let me know what you think. Now, switching to the front camera, it's a 16 megapixel sensor and the surface looks really good and decent also. In portrait mode, it has good object separation and does fairly well when it comes to HDR processing. Okay, so this is the front-facing camera of the Redmi Note 13. It's quite nice. The camera is very clear, and yeah, I'm shooting at 1080p 30 fps. That is the highest you get with this phone. How is the video quality? How is the audio quality? And dynamic range, well, not so good. It's not like you're going to expect so much. I can't see clearly the wires at the top of that pole. So now, what is the conclusion? Should you upgrade from the Redmi Note 12 to the Redmi Note 13? Or should you even buy this device at all? Well, by every means, the answer is yes. Because if you consider the fact that there is a huge upgrade when it comes to the cameras, I think that's good enough reason for you to want to upgrade. And then, of course, the brighter display and the improvement in water and dust resistance are just bonus reasons. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you find it very useful. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more in-depth reviews like this one. I'll see you in my next video.